What's up everybody, I'm Derek and this is Fatal RPM. Now today's video is just going to be a quick unboxing of a few things that I got in the mail. It's been sitting for a while and it's all for my motorcycle actually. So for those of you who don't know, I own a 2001 CBR600F4i. I bought it from a junkyard a while ago, built it up, got my R title and everything. So it's completely street legal at this point. It's a little rough around the edges, so I bought a few things to spice it up just a little bit, and a few things that will make the bike just a little better to ride. So without further ado, let's get into it. So it looks like a decent amount here. It actually is a few different things, but they all go together except for this guy and these actually. So starting with the top box, we just open this up. All this has been previously opened up just to inspect for like damage and stuff like that. These here are tank grips. Essentially, if you don't know what a tank grip is, it's a little rubber grippy piece that you put on your tank to keep from damaging the paint on the tank. And also, just to make sure things stay where they are, the part goes in the middle there, and these little F-looking things go on the side to keep your knees on the tank. But moving on, we have mirrors. So these here are LED mirrors. They're just some random ones I got off of eBay. I had a set on there just like this previously. I put them on upside down, so they were all wonky and stuff. But after, I'd have to say about like a year or so, they went out. Like these parts weren't staying. Like these are pretty rigid, but you have those mirrors. Moving on to the next thing, we're kind of getting into the body stuff. So, whoop. Moving into the next thing is going to be the undertail. Now motorcycles have a fender in the rear, and it's usually just a black plastic piece that comes out from here, has your turn signals and your license plate. It already has been deleted off the bike, but the one that's on there is in pretty rough shape. So this one is going to be our replacement. It looks very similar to the one that's on there right now, but it's in a lot better condition. If you want to know which one this is a Bestum US undertail for the F4i. And moving on to, before we get into the bigger box, we have the smaller one here. Now, in this smaller box, kind of goes with the color scheme of what I'm doing on the bike. So I want to do a red and white theme. So in this box is going to be all the hardware. It's all like an anodized metallic red color, as you can see right there. Don't mind my hands. Just got done being outside and it's still cold in Pittsburgh for some reason because we don't know what spring is. But you got your screws there. And those are all the body pieces that go on the bike. This very last thing here in the bag before we get to the box right there is a shift indicator or a gear indicator. So essentially you just have this little screen here. This shows whatever gear you're in. As you can see, like little numbers there. Whenever you shift up or down, these two sensors here are kind of magnetized by this, which tells this whichever gear you're in. It's relatively simple. If you're decent with wiring, shouldn't be too hard to install. We'll be doing an install video for that. But what's in the big box here is replacement bearings. Because when I got the bike, it was in a pretty bad accident. The fairings on there were all scratched up. I just kind of sanded them down, didn't really do much of anything other than plasti dip them. You can actually see what it looks like right here. I'll throw up a quick picture. But it was red and black before. This time I'm going to go with red and white. So I got these white unpainted fairings in hopes of not having to paint. But of course they receive shipping damage. There's a few scratches and everything. It being white, it's going to be kind of hard to see the actual damage on it. You can't even really see it. But all the pieces are here. This is the left side fairing. Then you have the right back here, the rear, the cowl, everything's in there. The black pieces. It doesn't come with any of the plastic, any of the screws or anything, which is why I have the new hardware. I actually really like motorcycles. I haven't ridden mine in like a year and a half, so it's time to get back onto that. What I'm going to be doing with these is I'm going to show how to prepare your fairings and everything on your bike. Painting, if I do that, more than likely I'm going to end up wrapping it. So we're going to sand it down, make sure the finish is all nice, because if you have any like nicks or deep scratches, anything like that on the fairings, it does come through into the wrap. So we want to completely eliminate that, make it look nice and smooth. So I'm going to show you exactly what you need to do. To do that, we're going to go dry sand and wet sand these things up, just to make sure they're in good condition. Then I might paint them, but more than likely I'm going to wrap them. That's pretty much everything. I'm looking forward to these videos. If you are as well, go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well as the like button on this video here. If you don't know, I did set up an Instagram and Facebook fan account. The fan account I still am working on, haven't really gotten a chance to with me going out of town and everything. But don't forget to join us there on the Instagram, and then right there for the Facebook. And also, when you hit the subscribe button, don't forget to hit the little bell icon right next to the subscribe button. That will give you a notification whenever I drop a new video. Thanks again, everybody, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.